got out of the Navy and went to work for Mercury outboard.
Okay.
And we had the state of Texas and all of Oklahoma. And Pop Willis was one of the Mercury dealers here. And that's how we became friends. I met him in 1949. Well, Pop Willis was Mr. Boat in Dallas.
Yeah?
You know, he shipped his boats all over the country. You know, he built the Willis Comet. He was on Grand Avenue building comets, and he shipped them all over the country. Oh, well, Pop Willis and I went to all the races together. We went fishing together. We became very, very good friends. I really don't know how in the world that started. Anyway, I made friends with the guy that built the Yellow Jacket boat, McCurdy. Yes, he did. He said he's going to build me a race boat, and he did. And the first deck we took it out, I just flipped it right over, turned over in a minute. Luckily we had, you know, we had two boats. They came out, we got the boat right side up, got back in it. And that's where I learned to drive a race boat. If it wasn't for McDerby, I would never have been in a boat. So I didn't even know how to drive one of those. The first national was in 1949. Lake Alfred, Florida. And that's where we went. In that class there were about, I don't know, 55 or 60 boats. They were like 25 or 30 boats. I think we got boats from 30 or 40 states. And we had to have illumination races in my class.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, I had to get off the throttle a little bit on my boat because we got so damn far ahead of everybody. So Matt really built a nice boat. And working for Mercury, I always got, for some reason, they know how to fix their engines. You know, they check all the engines. Out of every 1,000 or two, they'll check one. After moving 10 to 15,000 engines, sometimes I wound up with 65 or 70 outboards. So then they check those, and they build, you know, pick the best one out of, say, 50. Then they'll get the best one out of that 50. They get right down to the bottom where they got maybe 4 or 5 engines that check out just a little bit better than all the rest of them. And those are the kind of engines they use in their boat, for their boat. We had A, B, C, and D, and then F.
Mm-hmm.
The A's were 15 horsepower. The B's were 20. The C's were 30 and 40. And then the F class was just anything. The 22 or 33 or 40, and that was it back then. In fact, when I started, the biggest engine Mercury had was a 3.5. A little two-cylinder engine. That was in 1949. And then they built the 6-horse. And that same year they came out with the Mercury Lightning, which was almost a 20-horse. They called it a 10-horse. And they went from the Lightning, same engine, they called it Super 10. Then from there, it had an even better name. They called it the Hurricane and the Light. They all had all kinds of names because it was really a good engine. And it won a lot of races. They wouldn't let big engines on here. The biggest engine you could run here was, I think, the less it had to be smaller than a 10-horse.
Mm-hmm.
This one came right here from White Rock Lake. Oklahoma City was a good art place. They were always holding races. We even had two different women in that part of the country that raced. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they never won. We always tried. Yeah, when I was in Germany, I spent most of my time with Mac and Bill. Yeah, we were always trying to both up. And then we became Yellow Jackets, both dealers, got from Mercury's, and I was delivering boats and outboards everywhere. Yeah, travel here. We had dealers all over the country. Not, excuse me, all over Texas and Oklahoma. My job was when on service schools. We called, they were going to have a show, a school in Waco. Well, the Waco dealer would get all the dealers from, say, 30 or 40 miles every direction. They would meet in Waco and have a school there. And we go to Amarillo, dealer there was a guy. We go to Houston, they do. That was really, they were big schools there. Or they come from all the little towns all around Houston. And that was, you know, we sold a lot of Mercury outboards. I worked in Bilbao for 12 years. And I remember when we hired Frank Pillsbury. But we sold chainsaws. And that's what we hired him for. He started traveling. And then he kept getting better. And, yep. Well, I go back a long way with those guys.
Yeah. Oh,
I started working for Bill Bell. It was just me and Bill and another guy named Paul Sanders. That was it. And we were in Sherman at the time. And we were selling and shipping stuff. And somebody, I don't know how it started, somebody started beefing about it. And I ordered something that had to go to Dallas first, and it comes back to Sherman. Except all the Oklahoma people didn't like it. Some of them were picky, and some of them, I just complained to Mercury. And I knew Kyle Kiekefer personally. He used to come to all the boat races. I'm one of the first and only guys that could sit and talk with E.C. Kiekefer. Nobody liked him. He was a hard guy to work for. Yep. In fact, the Coca-Cola man was sitting on the chair smoking a cigarette after his delivery. And Carl Alpine didn't know who the hell he was. He just said, "You're fired, you fired him." So you smoke a cigarette on the job, and he told Carl Kiefer that he couldn't fire him because I don't work here. And then he looked at him, didn't apologize or nothing. And that's not the end of the story. A few months later, the guy that delivered all the cardboard boxes that the Mercury were shipped in, he was doing the same thing. He was taking a break, like, you know, same thing, for cigarettes. Carl told him to get his ass up and go get your check, you're fired. Yeah, that's right. His name was E.C. Kiekefer. His first name was Elmer. And boy, he hated that name. Don't dare call E.C. Yeah, Elmer. And they were having a big party somewhere. This is a true story. And they were playing music. And this was the early 50s. And the popular song was Elmer's tune, "Way Out the Stars Low," blinking and blinking above, you know. He got up and hollered and told him to go get that damn thing and change that music. Yeah, because he was singing Elmer's tune. What a guy.
Yeah.
This guy's name was Gates too. He was the distributor for the state of California. So he was supposed to fly here and go with Roy Rogers. Take, you know, the Yellow Jacket boat with twin 50s on it. Pretty fast boat with twin engines, was close to 60. And one guy would drive and the other guy behind the throttle. So when Roy came to flew to Dallas, picked him up. He didn't make it, he was sick. What the hell am I going to do? And Kyle T.K. was told him that no problem, we got a guy down in Dallas or wherever. That's one of, you know, run a lot of racing. I'm sure he'll be the guy, you know, let's go out and check out with him first. So that's what we did. We got to Houston, Bill called me, and he told me, I got a surprise for you. I said, Bill, what's a surprise? He said, we're going to go with Roy Rogers. I said, what? And of course I had to tell my wife I had to leave. She said, why? I got to go to Houston with Roy Rogers and tell him. She thought I was kidding. He said, you know, what kind of a tall tale is that? And that's how I met Roy Rogers.